Kyle from One North East. It's really just to emphasise that latter point about how much cooperation and collaboration, particularly in the area of research and development, is actually happening and has started to develop over the last 2 years or so. The Consul General mentioned biodiesels, but also we've got very important programs in advanced materials for electronics, in hydrogen, in fuel cells. And those are ongoing developments, ongoing relationships, very deep networks where people are moving between the two countries. We have shared facilities and shared expertise. Colleagues that work in this area do say that this is new, but is growing very rapidly and is built on what is much more a shared culture in relation to scientific research and development than perhaps might appear. Perhaps it's oversimplistic, but in the sense we've been through an era, as we've heard this afternoon, of the exchange of British knowledge or Northeast knowledge to Japan, and then vice versa in terms of manufacturing. And now we're getting an era of exchange of knowledge on an absolutely equal basis.
I agree.
No,
I completely agree.
I do.
Andrew Dixon. I'm interested to explore what more we could be doing around cultural links. I worked with Mary when I was at Northern Arts on the Japan Festival, I think nearly 20 years ago now. And this year, as part of our cultural programme in the North East, we've had a programme called Look East, perhaps that's the terminology, where we've invited Japanese artists to come to Newcastle Gateshead and to create interesting projects. One was a project called Pignopolis by the artist Hiroshi Ota, and the other one, which we hope will happen next year, is our Hotel Monument project, which again is inspired by an individual Japanese artist. But I'm interested in what more we can do. But just one reflection, when Yo Sushi opened its store at Phoenix in Newcastle, it was the most successful launch of any Yo Sushi store in the UK. And I think that's, in a way, an interesting reflection of how much the North East has embraced Japanese culture.
Can I say something on that? Okay. No, I'm well aware of the activities that have been going on under this initiative. And in fact, I attended the symposium for the Pignopolis project this summer. Daiwa had been involved in funding that. And that relates to another, I think, very important area for mutual learning, which is regeneration. I know there are people here today who are involved in that sphere, but this is an area that's very important for Japan at the moment, and Britain and Japan can learn a lot from one another. But there is already quite a traffic of people going in both directions, looking at what's happening and what the potential is, and bringing a lot of art and design elements into the frame. And that might be actually a very good area for the university to look at, given its great strength in the design field as well.
John, thank you for letting me have a second question. It's a question to the Consul General. Given, Consul General, that you cover both Scotland and North East England, are there any lessons that we can learn from the way in which Scotland today is engaging with Japan compared to the way the North East of England is or could?
Well, both Scotland and North East England has a long history of relation with Japan. And in Scotland, you have people like Thomas Blake Glover, who went to Japan and settled and began trading, and he helped found Mitsubishi Corporation, Mitsubishi Heavy Industry, Kirin Brewery, that etc. And there were, among the British who went to Japan to teach, there were many Scots. Perhaps at that time they didn't say they were Scots, but actually they happened to be Scots, like Henry Dyer, who founded the engineering department of the University of Tokyo from Glasgow, and many came to study in Scotland. So that history also existed, and then we had a number of investments in Scotland too. At one time we had about 100 companies in Scotland, and now it's down to 40, but still important relation exist. And so I would say, and the cultural link is also similar. There's interest on both sides, on Scottish culture and Japanese culture there. So I would think that there's more similarity of the situation in Scotland and north east of England, and both regions are very much welcome. So my task is becoming very easy in both parts of the of my territory. I don't see any significant difference in the approach from both government side and popular side.
Okay. The last question with the show.
It's okay. If I could apologise, I have to leave. I've got another event this evening, and I must make preparations for that. But can I first of all just thank you, John, on my behalf, and perhaps the rest of the audience, which can I thank the university of Northumbria, and can I thank Nissan for your agility and your flexibility in your presence here today, and thank the Consul General for a most informative and very welcome speech. Thanks very much indeed.
Could I, Andrew, just call Andrew forward, who's going to say a word of thanks to the speakers.
Do you want us to move?
No, you're absolutely fine where you are. It just struck me that we've been very fortunate this afternoon, I think, in Northumbria to have been presented with the opportunity to host this event, this seminar. We've had 3 excellent contributions which have covered the past, the present, even if there were some numbers in it, and the potential shape of the future. And I hope that you will all join with me in showing our appreciation for our 3 speakers' contributions, and indeed for the discussion that many of you have contributed to this afternoon. Thank you very much. And I believe that we have some small tokens of your visit to Northumbria University for you to take away with you.
Just tell you what it is. It's a book of photographs of the development of this campus, which is really recently opened, and similarly a paperweight commemorating also this campus, and it's a gift to our partners for today's symposium.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much.